Hi students, welcome to another session. This is the last topic of third unit, that is the basis of human behavior. We have seen the biological and social approach, that is the cultural approach in evolution. We have discussed in depth about the biological systems, that is nervous system, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, endocrine, and basic unit structure function. And then we moved on to cultural approach and then cultural transmission. What is culture? How the cultural transmission takes place? That is enculturation, socialization, and acculturation. Now, today's topic is acculturation, attitudes and strategies. So we have seen acculturation when the person has a new change in environment, either voluntarily or involuntarily. It is like adoption of a complete new culture. Adoption of complete new culture is what acculturation is. And is there any difficulty? Is it about a smooth transmission, etc. will be seen in acculturation. So in that, acculturation has few important things to be discussed, that is attitudes and strategies. So here where we can see the transformational changes, either individual based or social. So let us see what is there in attitudes and strategies. So changes due to acculturation. So changes due to acculturation may be examined at subjective and objective. That is what at the individual level that has to be considered, and the objective level it is outside the individual. At the subjective level, changes are often reflected in people's attitudes towards change. They are referred to as acculturation attitudes. That is, that happens in the individual side. Individuals have opinions, will have biases, will have interests. So attitude is such which reflects the change due to acculturation. Acculturation is a person is joining to another culture, or culture itself coming into intact with this person. Okay, then there is another important thing about here at the objective level. Next is objective level. Objective level changes are reflected in people's day-to-day behaviors and activities. These are referred to as acculturation strategies. For example, say it is the internal behavior, internal interests, and these things. But here, objective level means it will be show it. These also can be observed by others. These are directly shown on others. Objective level. In order to understand acculturation, it is necessary to examine it at both levels, that is, at the subjective level and objective level. At the objective level of acculturation, one can look at the variety of changes that might be evident in people's lives. That is what we said. These behaviors are reflected in day-to-day life, which can be observed by yourself, that oneself, and by others also. Language, dressing style, the way you talk, the way you dress, means of livelihood, that is work, housing, type, household goods, that is furniture, ornaments, those what do you wear, furniture. See, here we discussed about interests, opinions, etc. These are inside the brain, but this is a behavior. Use of technology, travel experience, and exposure to movies, etc., can provide clear indications of change that individuals and groups might have accepted in this life. So, this is outside behavior. Objective level is outside behavior. So, language you can hear, dressing you can see, a livelihood, technology, what you use, and types of entertainment, the furniture, ornaments, these preferences will reflect whether you have adopted the culture or you are being influenced by it or not. All these things will be understood with this method, that is acculturation, that and particularly objective level. Okay, so next, based on these indicators, we can easily identify the degree to which acculturation change has entered into an individual group life. That is, whether, if for example, say, if a person can, if a person can speak another language very fluently, we can say the cultural impact is very high. If a person transformed himself into the dressing style, there is a clear impact. And the dressing style, language, and the way, the body language, the way he behaves also gives us reflection that there is extreme level of impact, that is acculturation is strong. The only problem is that these indicators do not always indicate conscious acceptance of change by individuals or groups. They are held by people because they are easily available and economically affordable. That is, these indicators is a language, dressing style, ornaments, furniture, etc. All these things. Why they are economically affordable? Because we see they are part of our life. They are part of our life. All these things are necessity for any human being. Okay, so these does not always have the person do not see whether he changed or not. In order to place someone confidence in conscious acceptance of change, we need to analyze them at the subjective level. John Berry is well known for his studies on psychological acculturation, that is adoption of behavior. Adoption of behavior. Who is the person? John Berry. He argues that there are two important issues that all acculturating individuals and groups face in culture contact situations. He argues that there are two important issues where there will be culture contact, that is acculturation. So when two culture, two different Indian and Western, North Indian, Southern, there are religious cultures, etc. One relates to degree to which there is a desire to maintain one's culture and identity. So where is the most conflict comes, because it is like speaking a mother tongue versus other tongue. When you are speaking in the mother tongue language, you will be comfortable. You can express anything. But when you are adopting other language, it will be difficult, right? It is one such example where you will have extreme stress internally. Another relates to the degree to which there is a desire to engage in daily interactions with members of other cultural groups. That is, here, earlier it is some stress, and here it is the interest based on people's positive and negative. So it is saying that it is about the stress, it is about the desire. So both these things, it can be positive or negative. Four acculturative strategies have been derived. So far, we discussed about the attitude, acculturative attitudes. That is subjective, objective, what are the factors, etc. We have discussed. And let us see the strategies. So the first one is integration. Integration means it is a travel together, coordination. It refers to an attitude in which there is an interest in both maintaining one's own culture, original culture, and identity while staying in daily interaction with other cultural groups. In this case, there is some degree of cultural integrity maintained while interacting with other cultural groups. Here, what happened? The importance is given to original culture and identity. But of course, they are interacting, but the impact is less. That what type of strategy? It is integration. Next one is assimilation. It refers to an attitude which people do not wish to maintain their cultural identity and they move to become an integral part of other culture. In this case, there is a loss of one culture and identity. Here, there is respect for cultural identity. Here, there is no respect at all. So, assimilation is it combinedly mixes with other culture, and then it may have chance of losing one's own culture and identity. So that is what integration and assimilation is. So next is separation. It refers to an attitude in which people seem to place a value on holding on the original culture and wish to avoid interaction with other cultural groups. In this case, people often tend to glorify their cultural identity. So, here in the earlier integration, it is about the ones. Here, separation is that he want to leave. The one wants to avoid the interaction, but still the situation demands to be where the primary culture itself makes a great role. There is a small conflict, but still it can be avoided. Next to it is marginalization. It refers to an attitude in which there is little possibility or interest in one's cultural maintenance and little interest in having relationship with other cultural groups. In this case, people generally remain undecided about what they should do and continue to stay with a great deal of stress. That is what earlier we discussed. It is a stress, positive and negative, both are there. So these are the four strategies, that is integrity, separation, marginalization, and there is one more thing, it is assimilation. You have read in this chapter that human behavior is not fully under control of biological factors alone. Socio-cultural factors interact with biological dispositions of individuals to give a particular shape to their behavior, that is change. That is change in a given society. Some societies and cultures across the globe are not homogeneous, that is a single one. Human behavior is also not expressed in the same way everywhere. So it also depends on many other factors, but so far these are the small difficulties faced by uh, people. This allows us to say that besides biological roots, there are cultural roots of human behavior. That is biological uh, behavior. While genes write the script of biological transmissions, memes write the script of cultural transmission. That is, genes is biological, memes is it is expressing culture in one format. That is, genes make biological differences, and memes is for script of cultural transmissions. So, so you have to understand what is these acculturation strategies. So the genes and memes work together to allow behavior to unfold partly in some similar, partly in different ways within and across society. Understanding of cultural bias basis of behavior will make you realize that behavioral differences between individuals or groups are not due to the structural and functional properties of their biological system alone. So we cannot blame biological system is everything. Either cultural system is everything. Both has equal importance and impact. Cultural features of individuals and groups contribute in significant ways in generating behavioral differences. So many we can observe around us. So that these type of cultural transformation, cultural that is these things has to be checked periodically to report these things. Okay, so that is the main session. So that gives you a clear understanding of what we have seen, the unit basis of human behavior in biological and cultural aspects. In the cultural aspects, biological aspects, we have systems, nervous system, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, etc. to be there. And then we have discussed about culture, concept of culture, adoption, etc. and the strategies, that is, um, for example, say that is related to acculturation, enculturation, and socialization. All these things are similar. There is a cultural transmission, but how? Either individual, object, anything. We have discussed that behavior is dependent on biological and cultural. They have interlinks and connections with each other. So that is biological and cultural forms the basis of behavior. So that's all for it today. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.